What's going on, folks? This is GB's of a Lesson in Headbanging Podcast. That's right, my friends. It's been a while. How are you? It's been a while on YouTube, and it's been a while right here on the podcast. If you're watching right now, the podcast is available on all major podcasting outlets like Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. It's very simple, my friends. Hit the subscribe so you never miss an episode of VI Podcast if you're too lazy to watch it on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube and listen to Headbanging Podcast, which is available on YouTube, hit the subscribe right now since I got your attention. And follow me on my social media platforms, a Lesson in Headbanging Podcast with GBs on Facebook, Instagram, and on X. A Lesson in Headbanging Podcast. So go check it out right now. Hit the follow, hit the like. So here we go, folks. A lot of stuff to talk about here. I'm going to have my review on the Parkway Drive show back in September 24th of 2023. I know I'm a little behind, but that's okay because there's a bunch of stuff to go over. So I'll have my review on that as well. We'll talk about Mike Portnoy joining Dream Theater. We'll talk about Power Trip that went down in California last month. And what else we got? New Judas Priest single that came out a couple weeks ago, kicked all forms of ass. What else we got? Aerosmith. We'll talk about Aerosmith, a bunch of other stuff as well. And stay tuned because next episode, I'll talk about new Music Friday for the month of November and new tours because a lot of awesome tours announced for 2024 and it kicks all forms of ass. All right, so I'm going to shut the hell up. Let's talk about Parkway Drive that went down at the Radius in Chicago. September 24th of 2023, kicked all forms ass. I do have a t-shirt merch for show and tell. So the tour is done. Parkway Drive is done here in the United States, and hopefully we'll get another tour in the near future. But this is the Monster of Oz tour. A couple bands played on her. North Lane, Let 'Em Suffer. I got a chance to see North Lane. Phenomenal if you're the more of a modern metalcore style. But I get there and I get in the venue, the Radius in downtown Chicago. Very nice. My first time being in this building. Used to be a former warehouse and whatnot. So it was a pretty good, cool venue for a very first time there. All right. So the Mini Affliction is my first time seeing these guys. And I was very impressed. And I walked away as a bigger fan. I knew these guys. I knew some of their music. But I had to experience the Mini Affliction live. And that's what I did. I experienced them live. They were phenomenal. So I will put the set list right above me. If you haven't seen them, on this tour, here's the set list for your purposes. Death Hands. All My Friends Are Dead. Just a banger. Drag the Lake. Like Love. Fade Away. Show Me Your God. Oh, man. Pittsburgh. And now we're getting some classic sing-alongs. Don't Lean on Me. I See Dead People. It's Hell Down Here. And of course, Soak Me in Bleach. It's just another sing-along right there. Man, the Mini Affliction, they were phenomenal. So I saw North Lane, the band prior before them. The crowd, was, yeah, horns up. They were just kind of primed up. But when Mini Affliction came on, that pit opened up, man. Shit went down in the pit. Crowd surfing. It was a party. So in the Mini Affliction, highly recommend seeing them. North Lane, I recommend seeing them as well. The productions was phenomenal. I haven't seen Let 'Em Suffer, so my apologies to the band. I got there a little late. But it's, again, support all the bands, all the opening bands, because look, you got to give them love, right? All right, so Parkway Drive came on. No pyro here in Chicago for a smaller building, of course. And last thing we need is have the Great Chicago Fire #2. Man, oh man, it was a hell of a show from Parkway Drive. First time seeing them. I watch them on YouTube all the time. I listen to all the records. I'm a big fan of theirs. And I walked away, wanted to see them more again. There is a great show, great production show. Regardless of the pyro, it was a great production show. The lights, they had not the levitating drum. It was more of a circular drum that was kind of like on a rotor, spinning in circles. But you know what? I'll take it, man. It was a great show, regardless of all the pyro and stuff. Man, 15 songs, man. Each song is a banger. I mean, this is like a greatest hits list. Glitch, Pray, Old School right here. Idols of Anchors, Carry On. Another great one, The Void, Dedicated, Vice Grip. Come on, that's a sing-along. Sleepwalker, another classic. Karma, Darker Still off the new record. Bottom Feeder, come on. Chronos, and then obviously the drum solo where the drums were doing like this, right? I'll play the clip right above me. Crushed, Wild Eyes, come on. Come on. Hell of a set list. And as I mentioned, so I'm not BNSing here. I do have show and tell here. Let's see if we get this on the camera here. This is a badass t-shirt. Monster of Oz tour. Pretty badass, right? Chicago, September 24th. Pretty cool. There are other t-shirts, but this one right here caught my eyes. Like, this is pretty badass. I love this t-shirt. I love the death. And I'm glad I got this. So Parkway Drive. Again, the tour's done, but if they come back to the United States along with Many the Affliction or the other bands, go check them out. Highly recommend it. That's the purpose of me doing this part. Okay, so a hell of a show. I recommend it. 5 stars out of 5. The mosh pit for Parkway Drive and the Many the Affliction, 5 out of 5. Crowd surfing was phenomenal. Rocking out. Good show. Overall, good show. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's talk about Power Trip that went down in Indio, California, back in October. I heard it was a shit show as a fan. I'm not sure if that's legit or not, but I heard it was a shit show. But for the artists, I heard it was pretty good. So, man, I don't know where to start here. I guess we can start with Iron Maiden here. I mean, Iron Maiden did the Future Past tour. They made a stop in California. They played 15 songs. I'll put the set list right above me. Caught Somewhere in Time, Strangers in a Strange Land, The Writing on the Wall, Days of the Future Past, The Time Machine, The Prisoner. Wow, that's a classic. Death of the Celts. Can I Play with Madness? Don't quit your day job. Heaven Can't Wait. Alexander the Great. Holy smokes. Fear of the Dark. Iron Maiden, they're gonna get you. Hell on Earth, The Trooper, Wasted Years. 15 songs total, man. Badass. Iron Maiden. Again, they're gonna be doing a US Canada tour 2024. Yes, my ass will beat her. I missed out last year's, and I won't miss it this time. So we have that. All right, Metallica. Metallica played at Power Trip. They played 16 songs. See, I'm so hyped up for this, man, even though it happened. All right, Whiplash, Creeping Death, For Whom the Bells Tolls, Enter Sandman, Lex Eterno, Too Far Gone, Fade to Black, Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fries, and a da-da-ba-da-da, Orion, Nothing Else Matters, Sad But True, The Day Never Comes. Out of all the songs at Death Magnetic, they played that one. I don't know, just me. Hardwire, that's a great song. Moshing song. Seek and Destroy, 1. Master of Puppets to close out. So Metallica, Power Trip, holy smokes. All right, Tool. Tool opened up for Metallica. They played 12 songs. Jambi, The Pot, great song. Fear and Curriculum, Rosetta Stoned, Push It, 46 and 2. Penunia, The Grudge, Invincible, Stinkfist, Swamp Song, Enema. So 12 songs total. I'm pretty sure that set list is probably 4 hours long. Tool's great band. Still never seen them, so I'm gonna try to make that happen hopefully soon. Okay, I'm losing my damn mind here. It's a shit show, but that's okay because it's all about the love of rock and roll, right? Horns up. All right, AC/DC. Their first time back in 7, 8 years? Woo, doggy. I wish I was there. That's one band on my bucket list I need to see. So hopefully, cross my fingers, knock on wood, that they will make a somewhat short tour, maybe a couple appearances in the Midwest. I will be there. I hope so. Don't jinx it. Okay, here we go. AC/DC played 24 songs. Holy shit. These guys haven't played in almost 7 years, 8 years. They're up in their 70s, 80s, age-wise, and they're playing 24 songs. Amazing. Ed, you got it. Back in Black, Demon Fire, Shot Down in Flames, Thunderstruck, Have a Drink on Me, Hell's Bells, Shot in the Dark, Stiff Upper Lip. Holy smokes, that's a 2000 era. Okay, 30 Days Gone Dirt Cheap, Shoot to Thrill, Sin City, Bon Scott era. Give the Dog a Bone off of Back of Black. Whoo! Rock and Roll Train off Black Ice is one of my favorite records. You Shook Me All Night Long. Doggy Dog. Come on. High Voltage. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Again, a lot of Bon Scott era. Riff Raff. Highway to Hell. Whole lot of Rosie. Again, these are Bon Scott era. Let There Be Rock. TNT. For those about the rock. We salute you. 24 songs. Holy smokes. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I wish I was there. AC/DC is one of my favorite bands out there. Okay, Judas Priest. One of my favorite bands I did see before. Electric Eyes. Riding the Wind. Classic. Heading Out to the Highway. Bum, 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 bum. Lightning Strike. Diamonds and Rust. The Senatile. A Touch of Evil, Terrible Lover, yeah, Terrible Lover. Okay, Firepower, one of the recent albums, Desert Plains, Rapid Fire, The Green Manalishi and the Two-Pronged Crown. You got another thing coming, Painkiller. Woo! All right, they did an encore, Hell Bent for Leather. Metal's God, they're breaking the law. Living After Midnight, and that's it, man. 18 songs total. And after I hadn't seen the video or not, but they announced they're gonna have a brand spanking new album coming out of 2024. They released a single here, folks. Judas Priest released a new single here for the new record coming out in 2024. Let me look it up now because I was not prepared. So Judas Priest got a brand spanking new album coming out of 2024 called Invincible Shield 2024 Panic Attack. They give you a precise date, March 8th of 2024. Panic Attack. So let's talk about that song. Panic Attack. Man, that gives me the modern production of Painkiller. You get what I'm saying? It has the modern sound, the modern drum sounds with Andy Sneap. Like the past two albums, but it gives me the Painkiller songwriting formula, right? The drums, the guitar solos. It gives me the 90s, late 80s, early 90s Judas Priest songwriting formula with today's production. It is so good. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Panic Attack by Judas Priest. It's your essential for all metal fans out there. All right, GNR, the last band here coming from Power Trip here. There are how many songs, G? 29 songs. Wow, that's like what, 3 hours of Guns N' Roses? All right, man, this is a lot of stuff. Ain't So Easy, Bad Obsession, Chinese Democracy. Wow, interesting. Slither, Velvet Revolver cover, Pretty Tied Up, Mr. Brownstone, Welcome to the Jungle, Hard School, Absurd, Double Talk and Jive, Reckless Life, You Could Be Mine, Estranged, Live or Let Die, Down on the Farm, Rocket Queen, one of my favorites, TVI, Better, Anything Goes, Civil War, that's one of my favorite Guns N' Roses. They got the Slash Solo, Sweet Child of Mine, November Rain, Wichita Lineman, Knocking Out Heaven the Door Rose, the Bob Dylan cover, Patience, Coma, Night Train, and they ended with Paradise City. 29 songs from Guns N' Roses. Absolutely phenomenal. Man, oh man, I love Guns N' Roses. If you haven't seen them, go check them out. Again, some people are on the fence about his voice or the band, but I did see him back in 2016, so maybe things could be different. But next time they come around, I'll check them out again. Okay, Mike Portnoy is back in Dream Theater for since almost 13 years, something like that. And Mike Managini is now out of the band. He started his own solo project at the same time, so I guess that's good for him. And Mike Portnoy, he is back in Dream Theater. A lot of fans are happy. All the prog fans, all the prog metal fans out there are really happy. I'm happy. It's a big family reunion. Hopefully they will do a big tour. But man, Mike Portnoy, a massive career. I mean, Dream Theater since 1989. Again, been there since the beginning, all the way up to 2009. Black Clouds and Silver Linings. He did the Liquid Tension Experiment, Transatlantic, Liquid Trio Experiment, Neil Morse Band. What else? Flying Colors as well. John Petrucci's solo band, Adrenaline Mob, another great band with Michael Lando and drawing the blank, the singer who's also in my apologies. I know the singer who's also with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I can see his face, but I'm losing the name. Okay. Who else? Metal Legion. I mean, Mike Portnoy, he played the Winery Dogs. The Winery Dogs with Billy Sheehan on bass, and who's up? Paul Gilbert too. The Winery Dogs. They're out there doing a tour right now. Sons of Apollo, right? I believe Jeff Scott Soto is singing for Sons of Apollo, which I was out in the blabbermouth that he was pissed off because Mike Portnoy never told him anything. And I guess just you know how the internet is, they blow shit up in proportions. But nonetheless, it's good to see Mike Portnoy back in Dream Theater. All right, Aerosmith, if you're planning on seeing Aerosmith, they're supposed to be on tour right now. Steven Tyler has gone through vocal issues and everything got postponed to 2024. All right, so next episode, folks, I'll talk about New Music Friday of the month of November. New tours, bunch of tours since the last time I talked to you. And we will talk about a very hot topic in the world of metalcore, We Came's Romans. They're currently on the Dark Bloom tour out with Body Snatcher, Emir, a bunch of other bands, and they were having a tough time on their tour. Obviously, the big one is the whole incident with a small club out in, I believe, in Rhode Island. We will dig deeper in that next episode. So, man, it's good to be back, folks. Horns up, stay heavy. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe right here on YouTube. If you're listening right here on the podcast, very simple. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. All right, my friends, and all my rockers and metalheads out there, horns up, stay heavy. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.